the mount mesocycle. First week we showed you how to stay on top, mount maintenance, and then we showed you the cross choke. We showed you up escape. Week 2, we showed you how to do the arm bar, and then we showed you elbow knee escape. So this is the first transition we're going to look at. We're going to look at how to get to the mount, or back position from the mount. So again, different ways of getting there. Like we talked about on the first week, Carl might be pushing me off. He's just going to use one hand. So again, this emphasis on turning my shoulders so I don't get pushed off just by moving my shoulders. So then I can use my body to smear this hand down.
Yeah, please don't do that on that side.
And then from here, I'm going to pass it from his right wrist to my left hand. My left comes underneath. So this position, guys, is called the GIFTWRAP position. Okay, so I've got really good control of him from here. I want to turn him onto his side, so my right hand's going to come up. I'm going to push on his elbow, and as Carl turns onto his left side, I switch to this T-mount position, which we kind of looked at last week from that armbar position. Okay, so from here, again, we're going to look at two variations. First variation is the belly pin. Second variation is the chair sit. So again, if Carl's doesn't know jiu-jitsu, he'd probably just he'll not be tucked in a ball. So I can just log roll from here to the belly pin, which is what I want. Once I get him on his back and he's flat out, I can work for my choke. But in reality, okay, when I get to here, he knows jiu-jitsu, he's going to be curled up on a ball. So it's going to be difficult for me to roll him onto his belly to choke him out. So I want to crack him open from here. So my right hand's going to come through. I'm going to grab 2-on-1 on his wrist. I'm then going to move my left knee all the way back, creating space between my knee and his back. And I'm going to use this space to pull him into it. Okay? So I'm getting his body in a straight line, which is going to make it easier for me to roll him. Then I'm going to do 3 things. Pressure with my hook, I keep my right hook in. Okay, I'm going to flare my right elbow and put it over here. And my left hand is going to grab his forehead, crank his head up as I drive him all the way forward. Okay, this is called the belly pin. It's not nice. So I only really have one hook in at this stage. I mean, if Carl lifts his hip, I will get the second hook in, but in reality, I only need one hook. And I just stir up my left foot to this hip from here. From this position, I'm cranking his neck up, feeding my arm through, okay, getting to my knee choke position. From here, choke. So, one more time. So again, Carl could be pushing, and I smear this, and I use my weight to pass this down and pass it. Or last week we were showing you cross choke. Again, if it's no gi, same concepts. I haven't got the gi, but I can just grab his shoulder, and use my forearm to start bugging his neck. Does that make sense? His reaction will be to bring his arm across, okay, and pull this back. Or he'd be looking to go for a super escape, just by bridging this way, yeah. So it's the same concepts in the no-gi. So from there, again, last week, to get the reaction, I was driving in, and when this elbow was flared, I was looking to get this armbar, which we looked at. But another reaction, or another thing I can do, is I can transition to the back. So from here, when Carl gets that grip, okay, rather than trying to push this across, and if he keeps that tucked, remember we talked about if he keeps this tucked, it's going to be difficult to smear it across. So I put my hand here, I can bring my body across. So I just bring my lat, and then I can use my lat to smear it across. Sorry. And then I get his wrist. Okay, he's flat on his back. I want to turn him onto the side, so I keep the grip. Right hand goes to his elbow, and as I turn him onto the side, I switch my base, which we were doing in the warm-up there. Okay? To here. Okay? Which was that position there. Yeah? So I'm here, T-mount, but Carl's in a ball, so it's going to be very difficult for me to log roll him. So my right hand comes underneath, I grab his wrist, I slide my left knee back, creating space between his back and my knee, and from here I just straighten him out. Okay, then I do 3 things. I drive forward with my hook, flare my elbow, and pull his head back to get him on his belly. Okay? My hand keeps his head up so I can swim the bring the choke in here, down my bicep, and then I squeeze. One more time. This is probably one of the worst positions to be in. Okay? So I bug his neck. Okay? Again, I can try to smear this, but rather than trying to force it across, I just get my lat behind it, smear it across. Left arm comes underneath, grabs the wrist. So my goal is to get him on the side. The second I push with my elbow to get him on the side, I switch to T-mark. Okay? Curls curl up in a ball. So it's hard for me to flatten him out into the belly pin. So I get a 2-on-1 grip, put my elbow on the mat, slide my knee back, and then I can pull Carl into that space as I do those three things. Driving forward. Up. Okay, so that's your first transition to the back, to the belly pin, guys. Let's drill.